Estás trabajando toda tu vida. Estás aportando dinero a un sistema que te promete tu seguridad en la vejez. Y cuando por fin llega ese momento de cobrar, de repente alguien decide que ese dinero ya no es para ti. Quiero que tan solo imaginen y sientan esa impotencia. Señores, hoy vamos a hablar de un tema que afecta directamente a millones de personas. Y es el intento de Donald Trump y de Elon Musk de socavar la seguridad social en Estados Unidos. Y no, señores, no es una teoría de conspiración. Es una realidad que está en marcha en este momento. Sean bienvenidos a Políticamente en Desacuerdo. Señores, hoy veremos cómo la senadora Elizabeth Warren deja expuestos tanto a Donald Trump como a Elon Musk sobre el seguro social. Así que los invito a que se queden hasta el final de este video porque, amigos, es información que tienes que entender. Bueno, señores, la pregunta del millón es ¿cómo lo están haciendo? Para esto, quiero que escuchemos por un momento a la senadora Elizabeth Warren, la cual tiene algo muy importante que decirnos. Pongamos este clip.
Don't know what it feels like to rely on a Social Security check. They don't know and they don't care. So they are trying to rip away those Social Security checks so they can help fund tax breaks for billionaires. That seems fair to them. Social Security is not charity. It is not some giveaway. Social Security is something that people earned by paying into it for all of their working years. It is a sacred promise that if you pay into the system, when you retire, you can count on these benefits. Right now, Trump and Musk are breaking that promise for 70 million Americans who receive Social Security benefits. Over half of seniors who rely on Social Security use it to pay for their food on the table and a roof over their heads. Elon Musk makes $8 million a day from the federal government, and he wants to take away the $65 a day that the average Social Security recipient gets. This is really ugly. Trump and Musk know that they don't have the votes in Congress to cut Social Security, so instead they're trying backdoor cuts by dismantling the agency that makes sure that Americans get the benefits they are legally entitled to. Musk is cutting off phone services for seniors who need help. Musk is shutting down offices around the country. Musk is firing thousands of workers who make sure that the Social Security system works and that checks go out to the people who are legally entitled to receive them. And when there's a mistake and when someone can't get that mistake corrected and start their Social Security benefits on time, that is a benefits cut. When there is a mistake and fixing that mistake is just too hard to manage because no one answers the phone and the local Social Security office is closed and the line at the other office is hours long and someone finally just gives up, that is a benefits cut. When checks get delayed and seniors have to borrow money to pay rent or they have to go without food, that is a benefits cut. Every one of those changes is effectively a backdoor cut to the benefits that the law guarantees to every Social Security recipient. Trump and Musk can't cut benefits directly, so they think they can get away with indirect cuts, but Democrats are here to fight them every step of the way. Senate Democrats are united in saying, Trump and Musk, keep your hands off our Social Security. We are fighting back on behalf of every senior, on behalf of every single parent of a kid with disabilities who is supported by Social Security, on behalf of every single person currently paying into the program for later on down the line, and for every American who cares that our seniors can retire with some dignity. We need to get our priorities straight. We should be expanding Social Security benefits, not cutting them. And we should be asking the richest Americans to contribute a fair share to the program. It is time to fight for Social Security. We can protect Social Security from Trump and Musk's greed and build a future where everyone in this nation can retire with dignity. And that is why we are here today, and that is why we are launching the Social Security War Room. We are here to fight back.
Señores, lo que acabamos de escuchar, lo que acabamos de ver, es una denuncia muy clara. Los esfuerzos de Donald Trump y de Elon Musk no van dirigidos a reformar o a mejorar la seguridad social, sino que es a poder debilitarlo por la puerta trasera. No pueden eliminarlo directamente porque sabemos que eso sería prácticamente un suicidio político. Así que lo que hacen es cerrar oficinas, despedir empleados, dificultar que la gente puede acceder a sus beneficios, ¿no? ¿Cuál es el resultado de esto? Un sistema colapsado que casualmente deja millones sin ayuda. Señores, es el viejo truco político. Haces que algo deje de funcionar y luego sales y dices, miren, esto no servía, mejor vamos a eliminarlo. Lo que en realidad están haciendo es desmantelar la seguridad social para poder hacer algo muy sencillo: justificar una privatización. Amigos, no estamos hablando de pequeños recortes. Hablamos de un ataque a la estabilidad financiera de millones de ciudadanos. Hace años que se viene hablando, ¿no?, sobre el mito de los recortes al Seguro Social, que siempre salían y decían los políticos que un recorte por aquí, otro recorte por acá, que en el año tanto vendrá este recorte. Amigos, estamos hablando ahora de eliminar una agencia. Así de preocupante es esta situación. También vamos a escuchar unas cuantas palabras por parte de Ron Wyden y una advertencia sobre esto. Pongamos el clip.
And with that, I call on my fellow fighter, Senator Ron Wyden.
Thank you, Senator Warren, and the leaders here, and I'm going to be brief. First of all, I think we're here because Social Security is under attack. Social Security is under siege. The chainsaw is pointed at their earned Social Security benefits. We believe Republicans have manufactured a crisis at Social Security, and the reality is Social Security would be fully funded for generations if Congress eliminated the payroll tax cut cap for billionaires and collected the money that they are illegally evading in taxes. So they're getting a head start by laying off people who are responsible for collecting taxes owed by the wealthy and making it harder for Americans to get their benefits. Here's two examples. First is customer service over the phone. Everybody knows that the wait time to get a hold of a human being at Social Security is way too long. Instead of strengthening the system or getting more people to answer the phone, the Musk agenda is prohibiting using phones to make benefit claims or resolve most issues that require verifying your identity. Now, Musk knows that this is unpopular. So late last week, Trump's Doge appointees made a big show of saying they were delaying the change for all of 2 weeks and exempting some groups. But the fact is they've doubled down by saying retirees and widowers will still be locked out of the phone system for most meaningful customer service. That's the first way. They're making it harder for people to get their benefits. The second is closing offices. Once again, Trump-appointed officials at Social Security are trying to pull a fast one and trick Americans about what they're doing. For example, they're saying that Social Security isn't closing any field offices, but Doge has taken over the General Services Administration, which handles the government's leases. According to the press, 47 offices have had their leases terminated. 26 offices even have a date set for closure. They're in Ohio, they're in North Carolina, they're in Georgia. The list goes on and on. So we're going to be clear here is the Trump forces aren't afraid to gaslight about what's really going on with Social Security. We saw this last week when the Trump nominee to run the program failed to tell the truth multiple times about his involvement with Doge after a whistleblower came forward with testimony that contradicted the nominee's answers. Then a veteran journalist at the Washington Post confirmed what the whistleblower was saying. So the nominee disregarded career staff cautions, for example, about privacy safeguards to rush through a DOJ agent charged with sifting through American sensitive personal information. He didn't tell the truth about coordinating with DOJ officials. He didn't tell the truth to the Senate and to the bipartisan committee staff that met with him. So today, when we had consideration of the nominee, I said my top priority, the top priority of Senate Democrats is not voting today on this nominee who was not truthful in the process. We weren't granted that request, so today I've also made it clear that I'm going to work with the leader and make sure that this nominee faces every single opportunity to tell the truth before they put this nominee on the floor of the United States Senate. We know the majority controls the schedule, but they don't understand what a fight they're going to have if they put this nominee out there before they've answered the bipartisan questions about the truthfulness of what he has said to the American people. Not telling the truth for a position like this signals to me that you aren't going to tell the truth if you get confirmed. And that is everything that Senate Democrats stand against. We're not going to stop calling out these lies and rallying the American people to stand fully against these attacks on Social Security. The war room is just the beginning. Just the beginning. And I appreciate Senator Warren working with us.
Ahora bien, hay quienes tal vez van a salir a defender, ¿no?, estas medidas, diciendo que la seguridad social está en crisis, que se necesitan soluciones privadas. Recordemos, ¿no?, la seguridad social está en crisis creo que desde el 2010. Y seguimos aquí. Amigos, ¿en qué mundo vivimos donde la solución a los problemas de los trabajadores es regalarle más dinero a los multimillonarios? ¿En qué mundo vivimos en el que la solución sería cerrar el Seguro Social, donde cientos de miles y millones de personas han aportado sus impuestos? No nos dejemos engañar. Esto no es una pelea sobre presupuestos ni eficiencia, es ideología. Hay una agenda muy clara para poder debilitar la seguridad social y terminar transfiriendo estos recursos a las grandes fortunas. Todo esto a través de recortes, de exenciones fiscales. Entonces, la pregunta es, ¿vamos a permitirlo? La seguridad social no es un regalo, señores. No es una ayudita del gobierno que te está dando. Es un derecho que te has ganado con décadas de trabajo. Si no se defiende este sistema al día de hoy, mañana podría ser demasiado tarde. Así de simple. Así que yo les pregunto a ustedes, ¿qué opinan sobre estos intentos de debilitar la seguridad social? ¿Ustedes creen que es un problema real o es una exageración? Los invito a que me dejen sus opiniones, sus comentarios. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarme hasta el final de este video. Como siempre, apóyame con un like, compartiendo el video y suscribiéndote a nuestro canal. Políticamente en Desacuerdo. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Hasta luego.